Alrighty, guys, up and at 'em. Yes, it is. It's Monday morning. Time to start that work week, which is April 14th, right? Of 2025. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about, are you seeing an increase in business? And what are you doing if you are? And maybe we should also look at, what are we doing that's not working? This is a joint exercise. So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And yes, today is Monday, part of the weekday of Monday through Friday. Today is April 14th of 2025. So what are we talking about today? Well, I'm talking about, are you starting to see work? Because we are. We're getting our regular customers. They got a taste of summer, spring, or whatever you want to call it, for just long enough so that it kind of spurred them a little bit and they wanted to get their stuff in early. And really, this isn't early. Early is before April 1st. So they're starting to stagger in now. And it's giving me more time to get out and walk. Yesterday was up around 42, 43 for a high. Today's supposed to be almost 60, and then tomorrow is up in the mid to upper 60s. So that's spurring a lot of customers. The bulk of our work is coming from either existing customers or ones that we've found through Facebook groups. And we're also getting new customers from old customers. And we talked about that the other day, that you need to take care of your old customers. They're your base. They're your bread and butter, right? And they're the cheapest ones to keep. But they're also the easiest ones to lose. And you're looking at them, you're like, well, that doesn't add up. Yeah, it does. If you're not taking care of your regular customers, then they're going to start looking elsewhere, right? And a lot of times what we do is, if one of our customers tells somebody else about us, and we ask all our new customers, how'd you hear from us? Because I'm curious, for one, and I want to be able to try to decide where to get the biggest bang for my buck when it comes to looking to try to add new customers. And if I find that a new customer has come to us through an old customer giving us a recommendation, I give that old customer a discount as a way of saying thank you. You know, because it is benefiting both of you. Because for one, it benefits them because it keeps you in business, right? If you're not there, they're going to have to go somewhere else. But in the same token, you can't take it for granted, your customer base, that they're going to return to you every year. There's nothing set in cement. But that brings me to what we had talked about last week too, which I thought you guys would have a chuckle over, is the disagreement with Claude and I over that customer. That customer ended up coming back last Thursday and saying that the rear end was seized right up. So it gave me an out. And I just said, look, it's above our pay grade. You've got to find somebody else. So that saved that hassle. But what are the customers you're looking for? Where do you find them? What I find is the ones that have money are the hardest ones to get it out of. And the ones that don't have a lot of money are the first ones to pay their bill. So if that kind of gives you an idea, we've had really good customers that don't make a lot of money. And we bill accordingly. No, we don't bill like, if you have more money, we're going to charge you more money for it. Absolutely not. But we have other discounts running at the same time. Like if it's cash or a check, it's 3% discount because that saves me 3% of running a credit card, right? Or a debit card. That's another way you can help save the customers some money. In our case, I look at are you exempt, tax exempt? Are you a farmer? Do you practice farming and file your taxes as a farmer? If so, fill out the form and I can have it run through tax exempt. That's going to save you some money for taxes. But one of the things that I do is if I come up with a different idea of possibly of how to get new customers in, I'll go ask my old customers. What was the you saw or heard or what to draw you to come to us? Was it just fate? Did you happen upon us? Or how did you hear about us? You know, and when you're trying new things of where you might want to advertise this or that, you might want to run that idea past a couple of your old customers and see what they think. Because those are the customers you want, right? Are your old customers. So how better to get more of the old customers than having it where they think it's something appealing that they would come to. What I find is if you're honest with your customer, you're fair with your customer, and you're honest and fair with yourself, you'll do well. If you're out to take advantage of the customer, or you allow yourself to be taken advantage of, then you're going to have a hard road ahead of you. And what did I mean by the last part? I mean, we teach people how to treat us, all right? And I call it teachable moments. Every customer has to go through it. This is what my expectations are up front. I'm not dictating policy. I'm just saying that this is what my expectations are. And is it something that you can at least meet? And that is, I will do a fair price job on your mower as long as you're willing to keep the bill paid current and not blow me off. But here's where I see a lot of people run into problems. They don't teach their customers how to treat them. Or the customer just comes in and starts blowing them off, and the business owner doesn't do anything about it. There has to be repercussions, right? And that repercussion may be, I'm not going to work on that person's equipment again. That's the extreme of it. But then you have to go back and you have to ask yourself, did I take the time to let that customer know what my expectations are in this agreement? And you have to do that from the onset. You can't wait until the end and then get pissed because they're treating you differently than what you want. You need to let the customer know what your expectations are and how you run the shop. Not how they want you to run the shop, it's how you run the shop. And most of us are pretty simple when it comes to our expectations. You bring your unit to us or we pick it up. We figure out what's wrong with it or give it a general service, make sure everything looks like it's going to last the summer, and then you pay for what we've done. Pretty straightforward, right? But if you're not vocal with that customer, they may blow you off and not pay you on time or pay you a little bit here and there. Or, there's so many different scenarios that may be, in their line of logic, something okay to do, but not yours. And that's where you're going to get these, right? Is when you guys disagree on the outcomes of how each one of you feel you need to be treated. It's a two-way street. They have to teach you also how to treat them. But if after you've told them what your expectations are and they blow you off, you may want to drop them as a customer. And why do I say that? I say that because they weren't even willing to give you the time of day to try to meet some of your expectations, and they blew you off. And that could be simply a customer saying that they're going to bring in a riding mower on a Monday afternoon, and then they cancel to Tuesday, and then to Wednesday, and then to Thursday, and you're sitting here later than you normally would because you're waiting for that unit, and then for whatever reason something comes up and they have to keep pushing it back. You've got two choices. You can either at the onset say no. If you're going to tell me you're going to be here, you need to be here. You're wasting my time. My time could be better spent doing something else instead of waiting for you. If you waited all week and you finally get it on a Sunday, doesn't make everything nicey nice, right? But if you haven't told that customer what the expectations are, you pick a day that works for you. I'll change my schedule to meet that expectation, but do not show up. Or if you're not going to show up, give me heads up early in the day that you can't make it. That way I can adjust my schedule. And I'll tell you, those ones that don't respect what your boundaries are are the first ones to call you the following day and want to know if you fixed it yet. And it's still sitting outside because you haven't had a chance to get it in, because now some other tractors come ahead of them with their delaying tactics. And no, I'm not going to move you ahead of that one with you coming in behind it. We have a first in, first out policy. Whoever's unit gets there first is the one that goes in and the one that gets out the soonest. It's worked for us for years and we continue to do it. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. But the main theme is teaching people how to treat you and the expectations that you have as a shop owner. And it's also about finding where you're getting new customers and running by stuff that you think might work, running it past your old customers and seeing what their take is on it. They may tell you that you're way out the deep end, left field, and you're going to attract the wrong people. And at that point, you need to listen to them. You really do. They're trying to give you constructive criticism that you're wasting your time there. What I can tell you from us is we found most of ours through groups. Local community groups that allowed us to post once a month, and that's it. Could we do it more often? Probably, but I think once a month it puts it in front of everybody. Most people will see it, and if it's something that they think they might need, they'll save it. If not, it'll just keep scrolling right on by. So on that note, you guys have a great Monday, and we'll catch you here bright and early tomorrow morning. What are your ideas on this subject? I'm curious to hear.